Hello girls. Today we are going to see the part 2 video of the with the photographer. So before going to the next part, just I will recall. With the photographer written by Stephen Butler Leacock was born in 1896 and expired in 1944. He taught for years in McGill University, Montreal. He is best known for his humor in his work. His essays and stories include Literary Lapse, 1910, Nonsense, Non, and Frenzel Fiction, 1980. With the photographer as an amusing story, we find the narrator caught in a very humorous situation due to the eccentric behavior of a photographer. The story also depicts acid to how time a photographer used to take a clicking a photograph some decades ago. In the story, we met a typical photographer who, on the pretext of a creativity, exaggerates the real features of the narrator's face. There is an ordinary incident in the story. The narrator visits the studio of a photographer to get his photograph clicked. So, what we saw in the previous part, Leacock at the studio, pitiable position of a Leacock. That means the first point, Leacock at the studio. When the Leacock visit the photo studio, the photographer make him to wait an hour, even there is no customer. And the studio will, it look like some practical research. The atmosphere is doing some research field, and then the photographer is look like a scientist. He was in a grey suit. After an hour, the photographer asked to come inside the narrator. When he was entered to the room, it looked like a research department. And then the narrator asked to sit in the stool. That place was full light, beam light. That means the light was passed through the window. And he just pulled the machine from back to into the center point. And he just looked and while again back to the camera. Again the photographer aside a narrator, and he said, "Your face is not good. It will be full better. Your ears are bad." And then he instructed to little open your mouth, put your hands on knees, expand your lungs. Like that he instructed. And the narrator obeyed. Again he was criticized his appearance. The narrator can't control the anger. He just raised. He just stood from his stool where he sat. These are all the things we saw in the first part. Today we are going to see the part 2 of the same story. What happened after the temper was not able to control by the narrator? What happened? Let me see. Before going to that, I'll ask two questions. I asked here two questions. Why did author go the photo studio? Why was the author angry with the photograph? For this two questions, you may answer. You have to be answer. Now, let's see the next. What happened? Stop. This is my face. It's not yours. It's mine. I have lived with it for 40 years. And I know its fault. I know it's not beautiful. I know it was not made for me, but it's my face, the only face I have, the narrator said. The narrator says that he was conscious of break in his voice while saying all that, but he continues saying, and this is my mouth, not yours. This is our ears are mine. And if you are mission is too narrow. The narrator now started to rise from his seat. The moment they stood, he heard some sound. The photographer had pulled the string and he had indeed taken the photograph in animation. The machine was still shaking from the shock. I think, said the photographer with a pleased smile, that I got the wonderful features just in the moment of animation. The narrator wanted to see the features. On there's nothing to see. It, Isa, the photographer said. I have to develop the negative first. Come back on Saturday and I will let you see a proof of it. The narrator went to the studio on Saturday to see the proof of his photograph. He called him in. The narrator says that he looked colder and graver than before. There was a certain pride in his manner. He unfolded the proof of a large photograph and they both looked at it in a silence. Is it me? The narrator asked. Yes, he said quietly. It is you. And he went on looking at it. The eyes, the narrator said, hesitatingly, don't look very much like mine. Oh no, answered. I have retouched a cone out splendidly. Don't they? Fine, the narrator said. But surely my eyebrows are not like that. The photographer looked at the narrator's face for a while, and then he said that he had removed them. And this the narrator asked him with bitterness about his mouth that was lost. On the photographer, is it that mine? It adjusts a little, he said. Yours is too low. The narrator said that his ears give a good weakness, but the photographer says that he had a process for removing the ears entirely. I will see you. Listen, I interrupted a drawing myself. I interrupted drawing myself up and animating my features to their full extent and speaking with a bitterness that should have blasted the man on the spot. I came here for a photograph, a picture, something which bad thought, it seems, would have looked me. I wanted something that my friends might keep after my death, to reconcile them to my loss. It seems that I was mistaken. What I wanted is not done. Go on, then, with your brutal work. Take your negative or whatever it's you call it. Restore the lips, reanimate the neckline, and reconstruct the waistcoat. Coat it with an inch of glass. Shade it, glide it, till even you acknowledge that it is finished. Then, when you have done all that, keep it for yourself and your friends that may value it too. Me, it is but a worthless trifle. The narrator burst into tears and left. So, at last, the narrator went out with the tears. So, through this lesson, what we understand, realities with technical expertise. Those who are saying, I am expert in the technology, we are bring alive in a photograph. Those things are now trendy, but author that time faced a bad experience with a unexperienced photographer. I hope you are all understand this. Actually, this is adapted by Beyond Behind. Okay, it was in the short film form also. So now I'm going to play. You just listen and you can enjoy this.
How can I help you, young man?
Oh, yes. I want my photograph taken.
Of course. Who on earth comes to photo studio to fit their dentures? Sit there and wait. Come in.
I'm gonna get my photograph. I'm gonna get my photograph, and I'm gonna look so good.
Sit down.
I'm gonna look so good. I'm gonna look so good.
Picture!
Don't move.
I thought you were finishing up your prayer there.
That's not funny. Taking a photograph requires much skill and creativity. Allow me to show some.
Maybe I should smile or maybe not. Maybe I should smile or maybe not. But I'm gonna look so good. 'Cause I'm gonna look so good.
The face is quite wrong.
I know it, and I always know it.
I think the face would be better 3/4 full.
I'm sure it would, and so would yours. Though the face is small, narrow, or solid, it looks good when you frame it to 3/4.
I still don't like the head. Open the mouth a little. No. Close a little. The ears are bad. Droop them a little more. Now the eyes. Lower your chin. Look up with your eyes. Extend your jaw. Now smile a little. That's better. Now expand your lungs. Contract the waist. Twist the hip up. Now twist your elbow. I tried my best, but the face still looks a little weird.
Stop! This face is my face. It's not yours. It's mine. I've lived with it for 40 years. I know it's a bit out of drawing. I know it's not made for me, but still, it's my face, the only one I have. I have learned to love it, and this mouth is mine, not yours. These ears are mine, and if your machine is too narrow...
I think I cut the features just at a perfect time.
So? Features, huh? Can I see the picture?
No, I have to develop the negative first. Come back on Saturday. I will show you the proof of my art.
Saturday. Okay. I will see you then.
Here it is.
Is it me?
Yes, it is you.
The eyes don't look pretty much like mine.
I retouched them. It looks splendid, doesn't it?
Okay, but the eyebrows, I'm sure my eyebrows don't look like that.
Eyebrows are removed. We have a process called the Delphite. If you can notice here, the hair was removed, and not many photo studios have this facility.
But why?
I don't like the hair low on the skull.
Oh, you don't you?
No, I don't care. I like to get the hair off and make a new brow line.
What about the mouth? Is the mouth mine?
I adjusted a little. Yours is too low, and found I couldn't use it.
The ears, though, strike me as a good likeness. They're just like mine.
Yes, that's so, but I can fix them right on the print. We have a process called the sulfide. I will try my best if I can do that for you.
Listen, I came here for a photograph, a picture, something which could have looked like me, though it's bad. I wanted something which depicts my face as likely as heaven gave it to me. I wanted something that my friends could keep after my death to reconcile them to my loss. It seems I was mistaken. Go on then with your brutal work. Take your negative, whatever you call it, dip it in bromide, sulfide, oxide, cowhide, whatever you like. Remove the eyes, retouch the lips, reanimate the necktie, reconstruct the waistcoat, recoat it with an inch of gloss, blur it, emboss it, build it, do anything you like till even you acknowledge that it is finished. And when you've done all that, you can keep it for you and your friends, or frame it and hang it on your studio as proof of your art. To me, it's a worthless piece of bauble.
I hope you will all enjoy through through this film. I hope you all understand the story lively. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. If you have any doubt, ask in the comment section and tell me about my merits and demerits. It will help me to improve my skill. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thanks a lot. I will meet in another class.